Day 5, Thursday of the 5 daily foods, would be tofu for the angiogenesis. We got Chinese celery for the regeneration, shiitake mushrooms for the microbiome, the mangoes for the DNA, and chili peppers for the immune system. So for breakfast is nothing. You eat nothing. Lunch, you eat nothing. Snack, you eat nothing. So for dinner, it'll be stir fry with tofu, shiitake mushroom, chilies, and Chinese celery, which I've never found yet, Chinese celery. And then for dessert, mango. So we'll start with the tofu, what they say about tofu. I'm not too keen about eating tofu. I wasn't not too familiar with tofu. I've always stayed away from that, but I might try it. That one will be a little hard for me. And if I don't do it, I will find something else on that day to satisfy the angiogenesis, which would be, for me, halibut fish or salmon. 97 for tofu. It says soybeans were the first food found to influence angiogenesis. In 1993, a seminal paper was published by Theodore Fortis, a Greek scientist working at the University of Heidelberg in Germany, who discovered that the urine of healthy Japanese men and women eating soy foods contained a natural substance called genistein with potent anti-cancer effects. Later, it was shown that genistein could directly stop the growth of 4 different types of cancer cells, and it lists those. The urine had been collected from villagers, mostly farmers, who cultivated tea and rice. They were vegetarians and ate a soy-based diet, as is common in Asia. The farmers had 30 times more genistein in their urine than people consuming a Western diet. The researchers suggested this property of soy might help explain the lower rate of some lethal cancers in people eating an Asian plant-based diet compared to the Western diet. It goes on to say soy foods represent dozens of different kinds of foods made from soybeans in ancient regime that originated in eastern China 3,000 years ago. From fresh soy products such as edamame, soy milk, and soy nuts, to soy foods that are fermented, such as soy sauce, tofu, miso. Soy is encountered in many forms. Asian markets will often have fresh soybeans, but you can also find them in the frozen section of the grocery store. Soy bioactives not only suppress cancer growth, but they also prevent growth of the atherosclerotic plaque through their anti-angiogenic activity. Researchers in Asia have reported that soy consumption can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by 16%. The next chance you have, fuel up on soil. The amount that's beneficial to health in human studies is 10 grams of soy protein per day, which is found in a cup of soy milk. The human evidence shows that having soy foods in your diet is associated with a reduced risk of breast cancer. So he also talks about, I read before this, that they were saying it was conflict, that it was, you didn't want to have it because it can cause breast cancer, but he shows studies that shows it's good to prevent breast cancer, not cause breast cancer. So the more soy consumed, the lower the risk. Soy has further benefits, as vegans know, by being an excellent source of protein. Soy is also common in many pre-made and packaged commercial foods, but it is unclear whether soy used as a filler has the same benefits as fresh or fermented soy products. So he goes on to say, I don't recommend choosing highly processed foods simply because soy is listed as an ingredient. Go instead for soybeans, soy milk, tofu, or traditional soy products found in Asian markets and restaurants. If you've never explored soy-related dishes like tofu on the Asian menu, you now have a strong reason to start. Soy can starve your cancer and feed your health. Maybe I'll try it. All right. Chinese celery. I wonder how that look, or I've never seen it, I don't think, before in a store. All right, Chinese celery is a common vegetable in Asia with thinner stalks and stronger flavor than Western celery. You might have eaten it as part of a stir fry because it's commonly used in dishes on the menu of authentic Chinese restaurants. The leaves, stalks, and seeds of Chinese celery are all edible and contain a number of health-promoting bioactives. Is important because it was approved as a pharmaceutical drug in 2002 by regulatory agencies in China for doctors to use as a neuroprotective treatment in patients who have suffered a stroke. The NBP, also found in supplements containing celery seed extract, improves brain circulation, lowers brain inflammation, grows nerves, and limits brain damage from stroke. Interesting. Okay, so the next ingredient would be shiitake mushrooms. For this stir fry. Mushrooms are fungi that grow in bacteria-rich soil, and like cheese, they possess their own microbiome. Mushrooms are also excellent sources of dietary fiber, which acts as prebiotic. Mushroom consumption also both increase protective gut bacteria, which also includes the desirable Akkermansia. In both mice and people studies, shiitake mushrooms may be able to reverse the changes to the microbiome that typically accompany old age. The dessert has mangoes in it, so let's see what they say about mangoes. Okay, mangoes are a stone fruit with the intensity sweet orange colored edible flesh that is eaten raw, cooked, dried, or pickled. They can also be cooked with other ingredients and are commonly found in cuisines of South Asia and Latin America. Although they have many bioactive carotenoids that give the flesh its orange color, mangoes contain a unique bioactive called magniferin that has anti-tumor, anti-diabetic, and pro-regenerative properties. Okay, so there's one more ingredient to the stir fry, which will be chili peppers. Chili peppers belong to the genus capsaicin, which is the namesake of the formidable bioactive that carries the heat, capsaicin. The bright red, yellow, green colors of chili peppers also alert you to the presence of bioactives. Capsaicin activates the immune system and has been shown to increase the numbers of circulating white blood cells and antibody producing B cells. When the scientists examined under the microscope what was left of the cancers, they saw the capsaicin treated tumors had 42 times more dying cells than tumors that had not been treated with capsaicin. They found the response was consistent with immune killing of cancer. While these experiments delivered capsaicin as an injection into the tumor, they demonstrate that a chili pepper bioactive has the power to activate and weaponize immune system against cancer cells. To appreciate the potency of capsaicin used in mouse experiments, the scientists used only 200 micrograms of capsaicin for each treatment. This is an equivalent amount of capsaicin found in 1/5 of a habanero pepper. So, talking about peppers also, Gayle King did an interview with Cicely Tyson before she passed, and she mentioned a couple of things that was important, and one thing was she said you got to have some cayenne pepper. So I try to include cayenne pepper in my meals when I cook also. It's strong, but it keeps that stuff activated. It also, here it talks about spicy food. There was a time when spicy food was considered a health hazard, if only due to the potential for heartburn. But research led to a complete rethink about the heat generating, health promoting properties of capsaicin found in chili peppers, both fresh and dried. A massive study from China, where entire regions eat fiery cuisine, showed that eating spicy food at least once a day was associated with a reduced risk of death from any cause, including cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, respiratory disease, and infections. So your gut bacteria also like the heat. Research has shown that a chili-fed microbiome can ward off inflammation and obesity. So it has many health benefits, is what that tells me. Here on the chart that says foods, their doses, and disease impacts, it has mangoes here. 2 fruits per day can help to prevent esophageal cancer. 2 mangoes per day also can help head and neck cancer. And that's it for Thursday, day 5. Got 2 more days. This is so boring to get through, but I'm taking my time getting through it because I'm trying to train my brain to eat differently. I have to redo my kitchen, all my spices, and all the foods that I eat, because I want to know what's going in my body and the science behind each piece of food that I eat, mostly. So I'm done with sugar. I don't buy sugar anymore. I'm done with trying to be done totally with processed foods. I still have a struggle going to work and having my Doritos. Love my Doritos, even though I've made the dinosaur kale chips, baked them in the oven. So that wasn't enough for me. I still want my Doritos. And I still do my Starbucks coffee, which hopefully I can cut out soon, within the next couple of months is my plan. But as far as processed foods or and a lot of things I'm doing different, and it makes me so happy because following this plan, and I'm not even following it, say for example, the way he's laid it out, like his example, Monday through, the 7 days of the week. I've just been dibbling and dabbling, doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and I've chosen my foods out of the 200 and something food groups that I like, and it's done a whole lot. The energy, the just making me feel so much better, and I could see a big difference. So that's it. Got 2 more days, Friday and Saturday. Do that one later.